recorded live in front of a studio audience. It's Dad Knows Best. Introducing your host, it's Lloyd.
Welcome everybody to Dad Knows Best, and welcome to your host, it's me, Lloyd. And before we go on and find out what the show is all about and the dads, let's meet the stars of today's show, the children.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome kids, it's so good to have you here at the show. Quickly tell us a little bit about yourself and how old you are.
My name is Jaden and I'm 7 years old.
My name is Taylor and I'm 3 years old.
My name is Josh and I'm 7 years old.
My name's Grace and I'm 4 years old.
Okay, I'm Nicholas and I'm 15.
I'm Taman and I'm 9.
Well, there they are. They're quite an intelligent crowd. As you can see, the dads have got to be really, really proud. As we know, the apples don't fall far from the trees. So let's meet the fathers. Hi, dads.
Hi, how's it going?
Yes, that's enthusiastic enough. You've got to be very, very proud of your children, as we can see. Quickly tell us a little bit about who you are and who your children are. Ryan, start with you.
My name's Ryan and my kids are Jaden, who's 7, and Taylor, who's 3, almost 4.
Well, that's important. Vincent.
My name is Vincent. My kids is Taman, she's 9, and then Nicholas is 15.
Correct.
I'm Dave. Joshua is 7 and Grace is 4.
Excellent. As you can see, they seem to know their own children, which is a good thing. Let me quickly explain the game show Dad Knows Best. We've asked your children a couple of very simple questions. What we're going to want to know from you is how you think they would reply to those answers. Dave, we're going to start with you. Do you think your children know what you do for a living?
Yeah, sort of.
Wow, that's
That's,
yeah, not a very good answer. Let's see if your children actually know better than you do. Josh and Grace, what does your father do for a living?
I think he's a minister. I know he works at the church.
He's a minister.
wow,
Well,
kind of.
kind of. Not bad at all. Ryan.
I think Taylor has absolutely no idea, and Jaden may kind of know, vaguely.
Taylor and Jaden, let's see what you do know about what your father does for a living.
What's that when we sleep?
Seems Taylor is the one who does know exactly what you do for a living. You watch her when she sleeps.
Yes, I thought you said I was sleeping.
No. She watches you while you watch her while she sleeps. It's great job that I too want to earn a salary for that. Vincent, we're sure that your children are older and know what it is that you do for a living. But if they could choose the perfect job for you, what do you think Nicholas would choose?
Was probably a racing driver.
Most probably a racing driver. Let's see if Nicholas would have chosen that. Nicholas, what do you think your father should do for a living?
A racer. Because when he was younger, he used to drag race a lot.
Well, as you can see from that, Vincent so far is in the lead. He's just got 10 million points for that. The two of you, not as many. Do your kids know how old you are?
Yes,
They know how old you are.
absolutely.
110. 5.
39.
Well, you're right. They both know exactly how old you are. 5 and 39. So again, you just minus more points for that. You're down to minus 20. Well done for that. We asked your children to tell us what kind of animal would you be if you were an animal. Vincent, what do you think Taman said?
I think a dog.
A dog. Taman, what kind of animal would Vincent be?
A lion. Because he's strong, and if somebody does something wrong, he goes after them probably.
Wow, that's... Don't mess with Vincent. Apparently he's strong like a lion. Ryan, what did your children think you would be? What kind of animal?
Taylor, depends on the day. Jaden may say something. We watch a lot of shark programs, so he may say shark, maybe. I don't know. Taylor, no
Let's see if
idea.
you got an extra point for this, because that may be the thing. Let's see. Children, what animal would Ryan be?
Fish. Because he believes balls a lot and he swims in the sea a lot.
Donkey. Because he always likes to walk on the grass.
Uh-huh. Yes. Donkey because you walk on the grass. You agree?
I do walk on the grass.
You do. That does make you just like a donkey. They're very right about that one. We then asked your children, what is the kindest thing that any of you have ever done for anybody? Dave, what do you think your children would have said?
Things like the street stall, like going out into the community.
That is a great thing. Well, let's see. Josh and Grace, what is the kindest thing that your dad ever did?
On Mother's Day, me, Gracie, and him bought puppy slippers for her.
The kindest thing you did, bought puppy slippers for your mom, for their mom.
I remember that.
You remember
yes,
that?
that was for Mom's Day, and there was such a variety, and there were blue ones and striped ones, and we asked them which one, and they said we have to have those puppy ones. Mom will love them, so we got those for her Mom's Day present. Yeah, I remember.
You remember. They also remember that was their moment, the day you bought puppy slippers. Vincent, what did Taman and Nicholas say that you did?
The kindest thing what I've ever done is help someone when they got stuck with their car.
Help someone where they got stuck with a car. Let's see if you did even more than that. Children?
For the 2010 World Cup, the whole family went and then he transported.
Well, with not so much their car as much as your own car, you travel again. Vincent, you're just getting points all over the place, whereas Dave had to get points when he heard what the thing that he really did do. But nonetheless, Ryan, what is the kindest thing you've ever done?
They may say things like looking after them, making dinner for them,
Might be one of those. Let's
packing
see.
lunch, I don't know.
Making lunch. Well, you're a kind guy. Made
Not
them
really
lunch.
that kind.
Yeah, that's a father's duty. But let's go with that one anyway. Let's see what it is that your dad did do, children.
He cooks for Mom.
Okay. Phew. Kindest thing that you ever did for them, you cook for Mom.
That does happen a lot.
Yeah, that does happen a lot. That's very kind. So clearly food is one of the issues at your home. So we asked the question, who cooks the food at home and who does the best food? Vincent.
I cook a lot of curries, so I presume that my daughter said my curry is nice.
You cook most of the food and it's curry. That's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Kids, how does your dad cook?
Dad, but sometimes if Mom comes home early, she'll cook.
Sometimes when salty, it's too salty.
Yeah, he puts too much of salt sometimes.
Okay, so you're correct. You are the one who cooks the most, but apparently too salty. If you could work on that, please, because Dad is meant to know best. Too much salt. It's bad for cholesterol and banting. Don't do it. It's the lessons in the same time here. Dave, who does the cooking?
Mom.
Seems adamant about that one. Let's answer that question, kids. No, they don't know who does the cooking at home. Maybe you should tell them. Mom maybe needs to tell them because they do get food, but you clearly don't cook at all. But there were other food issues that we have found out about. We asked, for example, Jaden, what country spaghetti comes from, Ryan? What do you think he said?
Australia.
Australia, yes. Let's see where Jaden thinks spaghetti comes from.
Belito.
Yeah, no, he said Belito. You're not getting a lot of points from this.
No,
All this,
no.
That's again minus 6,294 points for Belito. That is why Grace Family Church has actually opened a campus there, because that is the nation where spaghetti comes from. Then we also asked Nick and Taman where frog's legs come from. Vincent, where do you think they said?
Frog legs, France.
Let's see. Kids, where did frog's legs come from?
Frog's legs. I have no idea.
No, they've never heard of them, Vincent. They've never heard of them, not from a restaurant, not from France, not from anywhere. Remember those points you used to have? Yeah, minus all of them, eh? Ryan, who's the better driver, Mom or Dad?
No brainer, me.
No brainer. Cool. Kids, put him out of his misery.
Dad. Because Mommy drove a little bit not safe and Dad is lazy. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Seems Dad is the correct driver. Mom, not so much. 1,000,000 points. Do you think they know who the President of South Africa is?
Jaden, yes. Taylor, no.
Jaden and Taylor?
Mandela.
No. Jacob Zuma.
Well, that was a fairly easy question, so you only get 1 point for that one. They did get that right, but even I knew the answer to that, so 1 point, well done. Who makes the most important decisions in your home? Vincent?
My wife.
Your wife. Let's see if that's true, children.
Mom.
He doesn't really. He just goes along with it.
He just does it.
Even the way you answered it, yes, very much go with the flow and say the right thing and make sure your wife doesn't watch this. So, 79 gazillion points for that one. Dave, who makes the decisions at your home, according to your children?
Mom.
Mom. Children?
Daddy.
Wow.
They disagree. There again. Did you have any points left?
I don't know.
Okay, well, you can have 1 minus 6,000. Do the math there yourself. Ryan, who makes the decisions?
Me.
You got to think about that.
Maybe.
Maybe you. Okay. Do you want to ask your wife if it is that you make
Come on,
the
can I
decisions?
just phone it and see if it's okay?
Yeah, so you need to ask if you're allowed to make
Yeah.
decisions. Okay, children, put your father out of his misery.
Dad.
Mom.
Dad.
Mom.
Yeah, they also need to ask their mom. Or dad. Or mom. Or dad. You don't get any points for that one. If you dads have a favorite TV show, do you think your kids would know what that TV show is, Dave?
Yes.
Yes. What is that favorite TV show?
Maybe International House Hunters. So there's always, so.
You're really losing points just for having your favorite show being International House Hunters.
But there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages, so it's very topical and there's a lot of discussion. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, I think I nodded off then while you're talking about something. Josh and Grace, please, what is your father's favorite show?
News.
Favorite show? Yeah. You don't get a single point for that because, no, that's just never going to work. Ryan, what is your favorite TV show?
MasterChef, maybe.
Maybe MasterChef. Well, children, what is your father's favorite show?
MasterChef Australia and The Voice.
And tennis.
He doesn't really like tennis.
Rugby.
No, he hates rugby.
He does rugby.
He hates it because they tackle each other.
Okay, 1 point for getting MasterChef Australia correct. Tennis, you sometimes watch, but no one really knows. And rugby, too rough for you. Yeah, because they tackle each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, no, we do like to make sure that people don't get roughed up here. Ryan, staying with you, what is the first thing you do in the morning?
Make tea.
Just 1 cup.
For myself.
Just 1 cup for yourself.
Just me.
Let's see, Taylor, do you agree? Did your father make himself 1 cup of tea?
He drinks one, then he drinks another one, then he drinks another one, then he drinks another, then he drinks another one.
It's more than 1 cup there, Ryan.
Yeah.
They probably get to school late every single day. What with this?
She was actually telling the truth.
You 15 cups of tea. Well, minus. Oh, no, my calculator doesn't work out the amount of minuses you're actually getting, but you minus a hell of a lot of points here. Vincent and Dave, what do you like to do on weekends? Dave?
Go for a park run.
You go for a park run. Very energetic. You like to use. That's a great thing there. Josh and Grace, what does your dad do on the weekends?
Work on the computer and sometimes have a nap.
Close.
Yeah, very close.
Very
Just
close.
like a park run, napping. Yeah, so for lying.
But them or me?
No, you lie. Oh. Okay, so it's not that you actually nap or work on the computer like they say. You do go for a park run. Okay, we'll speak to them about that, but it says here that you fibbed. Minus 30 points for lying, minus 10,000 points for lying down on the weekend. Vincent, what do you do on the weekends?
Sometimes we're working or we're with the family. We stay at home.
With the family and working on weekends. Nicholas and Taman, what does your father do on the weekends?
Just lay on the couch and just watch TV.
And have a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Working and lying on the couch. Look, I'm going to try and explain to you fathers. Lying on the couch is not exercise, it's not work, it's not visiting family, it's called relaxing. It's fine to do it on a Sunday. The Bible does say relax on a Sunday. Not all weekend. Just put it out there. Okay, dads, but that's actually it for the questions from your children. So we'll have to say goodbye to the children, because now, children, I'm going to now be speaking to the fact that your fathers clearly don't know best. So say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Well, that's it, dads. I guess there's a whole bunch of revelation that we've all learned here, that some of you know more than others. Some of you need to meet your children. The Christian in me is meant to think that all three of you are the winners, but the realist in me has realized that all three of you actually have lost. It's degrees of how badly you've lost that really matters. You, for example, Ryan, with minus 10,000 points, came very last. Vincent, just behind him, even further last, with minus 10,163 points, second behind last. And Dave, right at the very, very back with minus 4012 gazillion points. You came even further than that. And that's pretty much it from Dads Know Best. Thank you for joining us, and give a huge round of applause to the fathers. Thank you and good night.